Hello everyone, welcome to round number 9 of the 44th Chess Olympiad in Chennai, India. And now we have a new leader. The young Uzbekistan team leads after beating Armenia in round number 9. And let's check out the game, a crucial game between Sindarov against Sahakyan. Sindarov went for e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, takes. Knight c3, a6, we have the Sindarov. Here, white went for bishop d3, e5, knight e2. Normally in the Sindarov after this one, we have bishop g5 or bishop e3. All right, not so much with bishop d3. Okay, e5, knight e2. Bishop into e7 castles, bishop e6, f4. Right. Takes. Knight c6, b3. Previously, this is also a game played by Van Forest against Ivan Saric. In that game, black played knight e5 instead of castles. Here, castles, bishop, knight e5, king e1, rook e8, king h1. Bishop into f8, rook d1. Black has an isolated d6 pawn. White also has the pawn on e4, which is also isolated. So basically, it's just equal. g6, h3, taking away g4, king safety as well. Rook into c8, queen f2, bishop g7. Okay, the point of queen f2 is to protect the knight going to b6. This also threatens bishop takes e5 with a discovered attack on the queen on d8. So queen e7 moving out of the d file. Knight b6, rook c6, bishop into d4, queen g1, c4. Here we have a Maroczy type structure with e4 and c4 controlling d5 plus the two knights here, b6 and f4. So we could say that here white is slightly better. Knight into d7, knight bd5, of course, queen h4, bishop f2. Okay, we have some repetition here, but just to gain time. Queen h6, bishop g3, queen f2. Queen goes back to d8, a4. Rook goes back to c8, bishop c2. All right. Rook into f8, knight e3, knight c5. And here, from this position, it's white to play and win. And this young Phenoms never miss. Sindarov immediately played knight f5. Strong sacrifice on f5. Okay, it's force. It's attacking d6. It's also attacking g7. Black was forced to take, e takes. Now it will open up the bishop from this line. Bishop goes back, and h5. It was also possible here to go for rook takes d6. There's a strong line here with f6. For example, queen takes rook, takes on g7. Now if you take with the king, knight h5, let's say go king h8, queen to e3, threatening e5. If you play f6, for example, to protect, rook takes, oops. And if rook ce8, knight into f6, queen goes to h6. How do you stop? Pin on the queen. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that h5. It's also winning. But rook takes was stronger. Although it's a hard line to see as well. That's this f6 sacrifice of the rook. f6, b4. Knight's trap. e6 is weak. Pawn. Knight coming up. Sorry. Knight coming up on f4 to e6. Knight e3 takes d2, bishop h6, bishop f4. And now the knight is going to e6. c5. All right. Rook takes, pin on the queen. Bishop into c6, rook takes d6. This is just too much, yeah. And the knight on e6. Pawn to d6, f5 to e6. OMG. And rook d8, double up in the d5, threatening rook d8, knight controlling f8 and g7. King cannot escape. White can even let black capture h3 here because after king g1, black has to waste time moving back the queen. Rook d8 wins. So rook e8 was played, king h2, safety attack, protecting h3. Rook f7, rook 1 d4, threatens rook h4 or rook g4. King h8, rook h4, queen c1, queen d4, f6, another threat. Rook f7, rook d8, just threats aplenty. The back rank, f6, strong knight, h7. Black has enough. Black resigned, and with the resignation, Uzbekistan wins the match, and they are now leading going into the penultimate round. Tomorrow, they will be playing another young team, Team India too. That will be interesting and a very exciting match, especially on board one, between Abdusaturov and Gukesh. Today, Mamijar was able to draw, to stop Gukesh's run with a draw in round number 9. Okay, but there's also no stopping with these young Uzbeks, as they are now leading the tournament going into the last 2 games. 2 exciting rounds coming up. Who will come out on top? We will see as we continue our coverage of the 44th Chess Olympiad in Chennai, India. This is Coach Oliver. Stay safe, everyone, and bye-bye.